Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video breakdown, we're going to be diving down the rabbit hole, discussing and talking about some recent breaking fundamentals involving the Axelar network, showing you guys physical proof that the infrastructure is being built out right now behind the scenes in order for financial institutions to have a trustworthy infrastructure and foundation for them to onboard into the digital asset ecosystem and involve themselves in the DeFi space. We have been advocates here at CYPRX showing you guys that financial institutions are 110% interested in not only earning and generating yield and passive returns on their digital assets, but that they are for a fact coming into the DeFi ecosystem with force.
At least for the folks we've spoken to, people very, very much understand how important DeFi is. It's really just a regulatory piece. And we've seen since, late Jan that those conversations have sped up dramatically, and almost to the point where it feels like every person I'm speaking to on a call, because these conversations now went from, oh, I can't have this discussion, to let's have all of the discussions. And we're all exhausted because suddenly the tap has been turned on again, and everyone wants to start a DeFi project, some sort of initiative, where even if they fork something
internally at these CFI firms,
at banks. I'm talking much broader. I think a lot of the banks that we've spoken to are already engaged in DeFi in some way, shape, or form.
And so these fundamentals are going to prove that that foundation and that infrastructure is ready for them, and that is all happening right now behind the scenes. So if you all enjoy these types of deep dives, we're going to be diving down the rabbit hole, going over some video clips and reading thoroughly through some fundamentals. Nerd out with me for a little bit. If you enjoy, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. So we're going to start here. I did a video breakdown the other day and posted it for you guys on Redstone. So I mentioned here 9 must-know projects that most influencers are overlooking, and we have a list here. And so over time, I will go through and make some video breakdowns on each of these projects. And so today we're going to be focusing on the Axelar network. All right. So in recent times, and if you guys have not, say, for example, this is your first video breakdown either at CYPRX or that you've heard us make on Axelar, make sure that you pause this video, go back and watch the Axelar playlist on the CYPRX YouTube. There's over 22 jam-packed video breakdowns going over our perspective and some of the research that we found on the Axelar network that will blow your mind just like it did ours. And so in this previous video breakdown from 2 months ago, just to show you guys that we post information that materializes and comes into fruition over time, this is a video breakdown talking about Memento, ZK Chain, and Axelar's integration for their interoperability technology. Take a second here and just listen to this video that we shared. And again, this was posted on Interop Labs LinkedIn profile 6 months ago. So this just goes to show how ahead of the curve we are here at CYPRX, given some recent groundbreaking fundamentals that just dropped yesterday. Take a second here and just listen to what this says.
To service digital fund life cycles with a central view into asset servicing books of records across chains. The future of digital fund management and asset servicing is here. Leveraging on Axelar Network's industry-leading cross-chain interoperability technology, Memento ZK Chain can connect to over 60 blockchain ecosystems, offering scalability and flexibility for global integration.
So we played that video breakdown for you guys 2 months ago, and it dropped 6 months ago. Now, we also posted this document in collaboration with Baker McKenzie and Deutsche Bank, and this just kind of goes on to solidify that financial institutions are going to be interested in earning and generating yield on their digital assets, where I said here in this post, a massive USD $84 trillion wealth transfer from baby boomers to millennials and Gen X by 2045 is underway, and people are still not paying attention. Today's video breakdown is going to solidify that the infrastructure is being built out for this all to take place. I said underneath of this, earn yield on your digital assets, compound, and repeat the process. Sit tight for the long term. Honestly, it is that simple. And in this document here, It goes on to specifically talk about yield generation. It talks about the great wealth transfer, right? $84 trillion of wealth transfer from baby boomers is happening over to millennials and Gen X by 2045. And then right here, it mentions new digital assets, tokenized bonds, composable funds attract retail and institutional investors with transparent pricing, lower fees, around the clock trading, and higher yields. Okay. And then it mentions DeFi concepts here, where it talks about including staking, automating market makers are being brought into the traditional financial ecosystem. So this is not coming from me. This is coming directly from large financial institutions. And so if we come over here, this is, and again, I'm just kind of doing a recap real fast to show you guys previous information. Now, fast forwarding, we're going to jump into a fundamental that just recently dropped. So I'm kind of just trying to spark everybody's thinking to show you guys that here at CYPRX, we post things that are actual detailed research reports that materialize and show you guys that this infrastructure is being built out. This is no hopium. This is no hype here. All right. This is back from May 14th, 2024, and it is a document from Deutsche Bank joining Project Guardian to explore asset tokenization applications. And right here in this one sentence, it says, as a part of the asset and wealth management workstream, the bank will test an open architecture interoperable blockchain platform to service tokenized and digital funds. And in this document right here, right from Deutsche Bank, the four forces with Baker McKenzie, right down here, it mentions the first blockchain interoperability is required, and there are already battle-tested solutions like the Axelar network. So it's literally telling you all what interoperable solutions they tested. Now, fast forward to most recent times. This just dropped from Momento just 7 hours ago. So this is fresh. So all the tests that they did are now live on mainnet. So this now shows that information that we were posting months ago has now come into fruition, and Axelar is playing a huge, massive role in all of this. So let's thoroughly read through some of this information and digest everything that is going on, and then we'll full circle and end this recording showing you guys Axelar's involvement. So we are thrilled to announce the successful mainnet launch of Momento ZK Chain, the world's first ZK Sync Prevedium chain purpose-built for institutional-grade asset infrastructure, designed for regulated financial institutions. Momento ZK Chain combines the privacy and control of permission blockchains with security and interoperability of Ethereum, built using the latest ZK Sync technology. I highlighted that in green. It supports a wide range of use cases, including things like confidential compliant fund servicing, cross-chain interoperability, KYC, KYB, restricted access via on-chain identity, native integration with Momentum DFM protocol for digital fund creation and lifecycle automation, production-ready infrastructure powered by our partner, Zeev. This launch marks a major milestone in the evolution of institutional DeFi. You guys see that right there? It's not us telling you all that institutions are coming into the DeFi ecosystem. Again, we're showing you all that the infrastructure is being laid with these public blockchains. With collaborators like Deutsche Bank, FinZe, and Axelar Network, we are enabling a new breed of secure, transparent, and scalable digital funding servicing networks under Project Dama 2. And this just dropped 7 hours ago. So let's just go over some of these highlights to show you guys Axelar's involvement. ZK Sync technology is what it mentions that they're utilizing, right? Well, if we come over here to a post, this is from ZK Sync. This is their latest technology. This is posted 12 hours ago. ZK Sync Prevedium, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, is enterprise-grade blockchain platform, secure, compliant on-chain finance. Is an enterprise-grade blockchain platform for secure, compliant on-chain finance. And then it talks about the things that it provides: enterprise-grade privacy, built-in compliance, seamless connection to Ethereum, fully customizable production, and a ready stack. Now, over here, just to show you guys ZK Sync, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, and their involvement in interoperability. So right down here on their website, it mentions that they offer interoperability without exposure. And if we go to previous fundamentals posted directly from the Axelar network, we can see their involvement with ZK Sync. Project Dama 2 has been unveiled as a part of the Monetary Authority of Singapore's Project Guardian initiative. This is back from November last year, 2024. Right down here, it mentions that the implementation connects components built on Avalanche, Stellar, and ZK Sync. The resulting multi-chain asset servicing pilot, because again, this was back from when it was a pilot, now it's not, offers seamless interoperability. You can see that right there, right? And if we come over here, this is them mentioning Axelar's involvement in providing this interoperability layer, right? So this is, again, that fundamental from Project Dama to unveiling the Monetary Authority Singapore Project Guardian back from 2024 November. And it says, Momentum's blockchain team has successfully delivered a fully functional testnet. Keep in mind that now this is live on mainnet for Momentum's ZK Chain public permission blockchain. The testnet is built on ZK Sync stack with support from Matter Labs, and interoperability with other blockchains is achieved through Axelar network with support from Interop Labs. Interop Labs, leveraging its expertise in cross-chain solutions, has enabled Memento ZK Chain to achieve full interoperability through the Axelar network Memento ZK Chain testnet and has been successfully connected to Avalanche, Fuji, and Stellar. This achievement opens the door to future integration with over 69 blockchain networks. So we can assume that this is all coming because now it is live on mainnet. Last but not least, to show you guys another little XLR involvement, this is back from 2023. ZK Sync and other partners are connecting to XLR Virtual Machine as a programmable interoperability layer to streamline intertrain expansion for dApps across the whole of Web3. So I just wanted to cover that little tiny highlight because it mentions that they're utilizing the latest ZK Sync technology, and we have seen in previous fundamentals that XLR is playing a massive role in providing the interoperability solutions for this technology. Okay. Now down here to go thoroughly through this recent announcement because there are some crazy gems in this fundamental piece. This is the report released about 10 hours ago going over how Momentum announces the successful mainnet launch of Momentum ZK Chain, pioneering institutional grade digital asset infrastructure. So bear with me. We're going to thoroughly read through all of my highlights on this. We're not going to read the whole entire thing, just my highlights, but wow. This goes to prove my point that financial institutions are integrating with public blockchains, and also they are 110% building out an infrastructure right now for them to participate successfully and securely in the DeFi ecosystem. And anybody that thinks that DeFi is not going to be regulated or it's always going to be scammy and unsecure, this fundamental piece proves otherwise. Memento Blockchain is proud to announce the successful mainnet deployment of Memento ZK Chain, the world's first ZK Sync per VDM chain designed specifically for regulated institutions. This is a landmark achievement, and it represents a breakthrough in institutional digital asset infrastructure, offering a private chain that leverages the public infrastructure and security properties of Ethereum while retaining data shielding properties. Memento ZK Chain is a fully EVM-compatible network built with the latest ZK Zinc technology that bridges TradFi with blockchain innovation. Memento ZK Chain establishes a new paradigm in financial blockchain infrastructure through three groundbreaking design principles. 1. A revolutionary ZK Zinc per VDM architecture. ZK Sync per VDM is a production-ready private blockchain solution designed for enterprise institutions and governments. By keeping state data off-chain while anchoring zero-knowledge proofs to Ethereum, Memento ZK Chain delivers the unique combination of confidentiality and compliance coupled with interoperability across both private and public blockchains. This architecture provides access to digital asset liquidity on public blockchains and ensures bank-grade data privacy while maintaining settlement finality and cryptographic security that institutions demand. It also offers a hybrid framework that benefits from public and private infrastructure. The innovation governance model enables public verification of chain state while restricting participation to KYC/KYB verified entities through on-chain identity solutions. This structure satisfies regulatory requirements while preserving the transparency and auditability benefits of public blockchain tech. It also offers purpose-built fund management infrastructure. With native integration with the Momentum Digital Fund Management Protocol empowers asset managers to seamlessly create, issue, and service multiple fund classes on a single unified platform. Smart contract models automate and rebalance critical corporate actions, subscriptions, redemptions, splits, and fee distributions. Last couple of highlights, it says, Momentum ZK Chain's launch is bolstered by strategic collaborations that validate its real-world utility. I highlighted that there because, again, if we come back to the initial announcement, who is involved in this, right? It literally says with collaborators like Deutsche Bank, Finzi, and Axelar network, proving real-world utility to back Axelar network's case, right? This is huge information here, guys and gals. This just shows you guys this is not hopium, this is not hype. This is real-world implementation that is taking place right now. As I mentioned, this was launched just a couple of hours ago. The initial Axelar integration going live later this year in Q2 marks the first stage of Memento ZK Chain's interoperability roadmap, enabling secure routing of fund tokens to select EVM and non-EVM venues. Subsequent phases will extend to settlement networks, layer 2 rollups, and private bank DLT nodes. The future of the Elastic Network. The Momentum ZK chain is an institutional entry point to the Elastic Network designed for regulated asset origination. It provides a secure, compliance, enforced environment for institutional assets to be issued before seamlessly extending user-preferred execution venues. This architecture enables institutions to maintain regulatory compliance while accessing the liquidity and efficiency benefits of specialized execution environments. Man, you really got to nerd out to read the document like this. Today marks a watershed moment. This is huge. What marks a watershed moment in institutional blockchain adoption, said Nikolai Lenteri, CEO of Memento Blockchain. After years of rigorous R&D, we have now created an infrastructure that finally resolves the fundamental tension between DeFi speed and TradFi's governance requirements. Last but not least, it says, Memento is pioneering a new frontier for regulated DeFi, ladies and gentlemen. And guess who is involved in this? Axelar network. And it says it will accelerate institutional adoption. Momentum ZK chain has successfully transitioned to mainnet, and it reflects not just a technical prowess, but a production-grade maturity in institutional blockchain infrastructure, said Dr. Ravi Kamiri, I'm probably butchered that one, the co-founder and CEO of Zeev, where we are proud to support their journey with Zeev rollups as a service and look forward to enabling further innovation in regulated DeFi. That's now the second time that they've mentioned this enables regulated DeFi in this space. This is all brand new information. Do your research, ladies and gentlemen. See that this is all happening at a very rapid pace. Now is the time to educate yourself, to get involved, to learn how to generate yield on your digital assets, to have a long-term horizon, and understanding that this is all happening for the first time in history, and you do not want to be sidelined here. All right. So just real fast to kind of wrap up how Axelar is fully involved in this. So plugging this whole entire piece into ChatGPT and asking it in very simplistic terms, break down for me Axelar's role here. So let's read thoroughly through this and then I'll wrap it up for today. What does Axelar actually do here? Memento ZK chain is like a private blockchain highway for banks and asset managers. It's secure, it's fast, and it keeps sensitive data safe and perfect for regulated finance. But here's the problem. Most private highways do not connect to the rest of the world. They're great for privacy, but bad for flexibility. That is where Axelar comes in. Axelar acts like the blockchain version of air traffic control. It safely connects Memento ZK chain to other public and private blockchains without breaking security or compliance. So what does Axelar enable? It enables secure cross-chain transfers, fund tokens, and assets. It enables routing data and value from Memento ZK chain to both EVM and non-EVM blockchains. And then it also enables future integration with layer 2 settlement networks and private banking distributed ledger technologies. This means institutions using Memento ZK chain can still interact with the broader blockchain ecosystem. They can access liquidity and they can expand distribution, all without compromising compliance or privacy. So in simple terms, if Memento ZK chain is the institutional walled garden, then Axelar is the custom-built tunnel that lets value flow in and out safely, compliantly, and on demand. So what a great video breakdown. Again, if this is your first Axelar video that you're watching here at CYPRX, then check out the Axelar playlist that we have conjured for you guys on the CYPRX YouTube. I hope that you all enjoyed this deep dive, showing you all that some of the fundamentals that we have posted from months ago have now materialized, turned into mainnet, seeing Axelar's involvement. Again, not financial advice. Always go out there and do your own personal research. Here at CYPRX, we really try to focus on weeding out and blocking out all the noise, the hopium, and the hype, giving you guys all these bullish moonboy price projections and all this stuff that doesn't really matter right now. We're still in a phase where the infrastructure is being built out and launched for the first time ever in history. And that is why it's so paramount and important to pay attention to communities like ours, because we're not focused on the hopium and the hype, and we're focused on the long-term horizon, surviving long-term beyond 2030 to really see all the fruits of our labor materialize into exponential gains in our portfolio. With that being said, many blessings to you guys. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video breakdown.